Hello brothers and sisters of the interwebs, Steel Phoenix here, and welcome to a late Theory Thursday, because I had work for the actual Theory Thursday setup. And
it would have been even earlier, but we're lazy.
No, it's because I got called into something last minute. We were gonna... But,
yeah, that too.
As you can tell, I'm being joined by Splad, one of my friends that anyone that's watched the podcast knows already. Anyway, as you guys can probably tell from the title, this is the theory that Roman might actually have survived the ending of Volume 3. As you remember from my Who Died in Volume 3, Roman was one of the ones that I said was most likely to be dead and stay dead as of the end of Volume 3. But recently I had a thought in my head, as usual, that is normally how these theories start, that he might have actually survived. And this takes us back to a couple years back in Volume 2, actually, when we met everyone's favorite pint-sized ice cream truck, Neo.
So you're saying that perhaps an illusion of Roman was eaten?
No, I'm not saying an illusion of Roman was eating. I'm saying Roman was actually eaten. But if you recall, when Neo originally did her illusion, they wound up in the bullhead afterward. They were both on the ground fully, but they wound up in the bullhead after Yang punched the illusion. Or, well, before the illusion had filled up the area and was shattered by Yang. I believe that Roman actually may have a semblance of teleportation.
That's one heck of a semblance.
Well, there's no ladder to the bullhead, and we've never seen anyone be able to jump that high without any boosts, such as RWBY using Crescent Rose to jump to the top of that one building. So I was thinking he might have teleportation. It's not exactly me saying, oh, he's definitely alive or anything. This is probably one of the more loose theories I'll ever have on my channel. Because it only has that one little thing that has, hey, maybe he might have. And he might have been eaten and then teleported out before he was killed. I don't know where exactly he would have gone, though, considering in order for it to be a balanced semblance, which they tend to have, he would have had to have a short-range teleport, which would have still left him hanging in the air without anything remotely like a parachute to save him.
But if he did have teleportation as a semblance, there's a very good chance he would have used it before then. For example, when he was getting his butt beat by Blake in the train.
That's also a very good point.
And if it's a lot more energy draining to use, there's still probably better instances he could have used it. For example, he wouldn't have had to wait for Neo to get off of the airship, because he probably wouldn't have thought that he needed to fight anyone up in the sky with just him and Neo. So he probably would have been just fine using it, unless he like horribly passes out. But even then, it's like, what kind of semblance is that?
Well, that's why I'm thinking that it might be like a short-range teleport, if it's any teleport at all.
Then the other thing would be, what really could have... How do I word this? What really could have saved Roman besides teleportation because of those points? Like, the whole theory resides on he needs to be able to teleport. But if he can't do that, or it's very rare that he can do that, even short range, where would he go to not die? Probably Neo, but how could he know where she is? And then...
That's why I was saying that I don't think that that's a... Like I said, not all my theories are actually... Oh, this is...
I'd like to believe it, because I actually liked Roman's character.
Oh yeah, I'd like to believe he survived. I don't...
He will still live on in our hearts no matter what happened.
I still don't really think that he survived, but it's just a theory that came along, and this gave me a chance to actually say to everyone, thank you for 300 subscribers.
Yes, thank you.
over-
I'm not involved. Well, I mean, I'm a subscriber, but I'm not involved. But thank you. I'd give you a hug, but, you know, like, I'm
way up north.
personal space. Yeah, and I'm north. Personal space, and
Leave in the comments what you'd like me to do for my 300 subscriber video, if you'd like me to do a Q&A, or... If I can, I'll put a straw poll in the description. I'll probably do, like, my big timeline up to my 300 subscribers, talk about thing when I actually do the video for the 300 subscribers, but I want to know what I should do for it, if it should be... Like, my idea was maybe start a Q&A series or something, because people tend to ask questions quite often in my comments.
yeah.
There was the idea for
And if you'd
Q&A,
like to talk to me, there's pretty much no way to do that.
unless you join the Discord, which will once again be in the description of this video, in case you guys want to do a retry of the subscriber podcast for 300 subscribers rather than it being the New Year's thing. But that's basically all I've got for my current thing. You got anything that you'd like to add before I do my closing?
Lizards. That was all.
10 out of 10. Well said. But that's it for this episode. Subscribe to become part of the Phoenix Brotherhood. Comment what you would like to see me do for my 300 subscribers special. Like if you liked, and as usual, thank you, have a nice day. This is Steel Phoenix, signing off.
Bye.
Do some talking so that I can tell if your voice is over top of this, or if I'm gonna have to adjust sounds again.
In 30 years, I see myself sitting on a park bench, walking my lizards.
Oh god.
Somehow, while sitting. Don't ask how this is possible, because I don't know either. Isn't that wonderful?